Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lisa Medaglia, also known as Dr. Lullaby. Today we're going to talk about delayed sleep phase. So around the time that kids go through pubescence, they experience hormonal shifts that relatedly are the kind of timing when melatonin production patterns shift. So melatonin is our sleep hormone and it's produced in the pineal glands. Our circadian rhythm is our internal clock that's located in the suprachiasmatic nucleus. So since teenagers have to wake up early for school, it is not ideal for them to have this delayed sleep phase pattern that they tend to have. Their internal clocks are set so that they want to go to bed really late and sleep in really late. And so because they have to wake up early for school, they end up suffering from insomnia when they try to go to bed early and excessive daytime sleepiness when they try to wake up early. There are several ways to cue the brain to shift the timing of melatonin production patterns so that our teenagers can have more success and minimize that insomnia and daytime sleepiness that they're plagued with. The most powerful cues from the environment that we can use to tell the brain when to start and stop producing melatonin are light, socialization, activity, and meal times. So what we want to do is support phase changes. So shift the delayed sleep phase to be a bit more advanced for your teens by making some of the following adjustments. Number one, you can use a technique called gradual phase advancement. What this means is you look at your teenager's schedule, identify the time that they need to wake up, the earliest time they need to wake up, and start with the natural time that your teenager is falling asleep. So for example, maybe they need to wake up at 7 a.m., but they're currently not falling asleep until 1 a.m. So every 2 or 3 nights, you're going to move that bedtime earlier by 15 to 30 minutes until you get to the desired bedtime. So in that example, maybe the desired bedtime is 10 p.m. and you anchor the wake time to 7 a.m. During this process, you have to make sure that there's no naps. So no dozing off, no napping, because that will kind of interfere with your progress. It's also really important, as we've said in several different lessons, that we want to remove the screens the hour before bedtime and remove all screen access during the night. This is even more important in our teenagers because they have this delayed sleep phase. They tend to, not all of them, but most do. And so the light that is produced from these devices is blue spectrum light. So when we talk about light being a cue from the environment that tells the brain when to start and stop producing melatonin, blue spectrum light is the color light that's the most powerful cue. So we want to remove all those devices and we want to use morning light to try to help cue the brain to stop producing melatonin and help to minimize that daytime sleepiness in the morning. You can try a morning light box. So there are devices out there that are really wonderful. Dyson makes a really great light box, and so does Philips. And there are great light boxes that have alarms with them. So we recommend using light treatment in the morning when your teenager first wakes for 15 to 20 minutes. Upon waking, they want to be kind of at an angle, kind of a 30-degree angle, and not look directly into the light. So we also want to encourage stopping socialization before bedtime. So a lot of teenagers are, using social media, connecting with friends, talking to friends, texting before bed because other teenagers are also awake. So we want to discourage that the hour before bedtime because, again, socializing is one of those cues from the environment that's telling the brain to stop producing melatonin. So and the opposite of that is we want to try to encourage morning socializing. So if your teenager has friends that are up in the morning, we'll tell them to give them a call when they first wake up. Then also when we're talking about mealtime, have that final big meal at least 3 hours before their bedtime, and then try for some kind of morning meal. And really, if you kind of think about all these different factors, what would be really great to do is a morning walk with a sibling or a parent, even if it's just like a 2-minute walk around the block, because it's a great way to accomplish most of those recommended cues. So we get the sunlight, we have the socializing, and we have an activity going. So the key is that these changes, these tips and suggestions have to be met and have to be accomplished 7 days a week. in order for the circadian entrainment alignment to occur. So these aren't easy changes to make, and a lot of times teenagers will resist the changes and struggle with them, and sometimes have like a party on a Saturday night and want to, go to bed late and sleep in late on Sunday. So, these are hard things to do, but if you're motivated and the family's all on board to support each other through it, then they are effective and they can work. So the other solution is really just to kind of go out there and try to advocate for later school start times for high school. And it has happened in some districts. So try that as well. And good luck. Thanks.